welcome back. Episode 3, Fat Ford's Cooking Show.
Here we go.
Here, Garrett, Kriebel, our first episode.
Alec, DeLuca.
Alec, DeLuca. We're here. We are going to be making some Italian food.
Some homemade gnocchi.
Some homemade gnocchi and some bruschetta.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to start off with the sauce here.
All right, to make our sauce here, we're going to start by coating the bottom in some olive oil. Make sure the whole thing's coated. Don't want to miss anything. There we go. Then we're going to add our tomatoes. All right, then we turn our pot on around 3, so medium to low. And you want to make sure you continuously stir the pot, making sure that it doesn't stick or burn to the bottom until you have it where you want it.
Now that we have our pot on, tomatoes are in, we're going to add our seasonings. I mean, no specific amount here when it comes to sauce. It's really just a little bit. It's really just to taste here. So we'll keep going here. Good on the Italian seasoning there. Garlic. Now we have some granulated garlic powder. Really, a lot of this garlic powder really adds to the flavor of the sauce. Then obviously salt, Morton sea salt. Great brand, one of my favorites. Probably use the rest of this here. Might need some more. Do we need more?
It's good for now.
Good for now. We can get more salt if we need it. And finally,
You don't need oregano.
we don't need the oregano because we had the Italian seasoning.
Go grab the black
Anything
pepper
that we're missing. Let's grab the black pepper
It's a
here.
big bottle.
Big bottle. I see salt.
No, it's red pepper. Sorry.
Red pepper?
Red pepper. Like flakes.
Now, finally, some Ciento crushed red pepper flakes. Add a little kick to the sauce here.
Perfect.
See what... Keep going. A nice kick to the sauce. Not going to give too much, but yeah.
We got a lot of sauce we're making, so
Yeah.
it's good. So now that we are finished with making our sauce, let it cook until it starts bubbling, and then once it's done bubbling, making sure you continuously stir it so it doesn't get stuck to the bottom. Just leave it until you're done with the pasta or whatever you're making. We're making gnocchi, so
let's start with that now.
Yeah.
So now, start on our gnocchi. First thing we need, we are making 8 pounds.
8 pounds.
Of gnocchi.
Each tub of these has 2 in it. We got 4.
Alec, why don't you talk about what kind of gnocchi we are making?
So there's 2 different kinds of gnocchi you can make. There's potato gnocchi and there's ricotta gnocchi. And personally, my favorite's ricotta because it's lighter. It kind of melts. Where the potato is more of it's like a thicker and chewier noodle / dumpling. But today we're gonna be making the cheese.
So right now we're getting 10 cups of flour compared to the 8 pounds of ricotta. We
and add 2 eggs.
And 2 eggs as well. Alec is going to put them in. Might not have enough here. May have to grab some more flour.
You need more flour.
Yep, maybe. Let's see what this gives us here.
This might not hold it all.
Spilled a bit on the floor, but
It's fine. It's on your shirt.
I think we're fine. We're missing like an eighth of a cup of
For
flour.
rest.
Just the rest of it in there. There's our, get the rest out of here. Get some off the floor if we need. Off the counter here.
Everything. It's all clean.
Yeah, so there's our 10 cups of flour. Alec, obviously, the 2 eggs. Flour all over my shoes, but that's what happens. Alec, obviously,
the salt.
added the 2 eggs. Alec's going to go grab the salt. As I just start scooping in this ricotta. Some juice on the top there. It's all right, though. It's the normal stuff. Some whole milk ricotta cheese. What brand is this, Alec?
This is Galbani.
Galbani brand ricotta cheese. Brand new pack here.
So we're going to add 3 teaspoons of salt. So here's...
Let him add the salt before we add the ricotta. Hopefully this bowl's big enough. If not, we're going to have to
hand mix it ourselves.
Hand mix it ourselves, which would be...
More Italian, probably.
It probably would be, but...
All right, so there's
we have
2.
a KitchenAid here, so we're going to use that if we can.
And then 1.
Let me grab a spatula.
There's our salt. We're going to start adding our cheese.
Taking a spatula here and getting all of it in there. I can help you out if you need.
Need some spatch.
Ooh. We might have to go with the hand mix.
I think we can do this.
And then finally,
Nice nugget.
get that in there. Yeah. Almost fell out of the bowl there, but we're good. We're good.
We're good.
So
Make sure that all stays in
make sure
there.
it all stays in, and we will come back to what we decide to do.
Thank you. All right, so it seems to be a lot in this bowl. We mixed it to a amount where we can now transport it into the big bowl here, and then we will hand mix it from here.
More Italian way, I would say. I mean, more. We want to be authentic Italian on this show. I think the hand
mixing it.
The hand mixing would be the best idea for the project.
Smells great.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna go in with our hands and see if we can mix this better than the actual mixer. Want to make sure you just knead it. Make sure all the flour and the cheese gets mixed in with each other until it gets nice, thick, so we can roll it and then cut it in little pieces and make our gnocchi.
Yeah.
Okay, so once we mix it with our hands enough to have it to where we want it, I'm gonna put all back in here and put it through the hook kneader so that we can get it to more of a dough consistency that we can cut up in little pieces and turn into our gnocchi.
Yep.
All right, so once you get your dough in a big bowl like this, I'm sure you wouldn't be making 8 pounds, but if you do, you get this off.
Nice rip, hopefully.
We pray.
Yeah.
All right. And then you gotta wrap your gnocchi, your dough, and let it sit for about 15 minutes.
Now that the gnocchi is sitting and ready to go, we'll come back over, check on our sauce, just consistently stirring it throughout this time while we were making the gnocchi, and after that sits for 15 minutes, we will be back and it will be all rolled out into the. You'll see the process, and then a quick time lapse of it all getting rolled out.
Yeah. All right, so now that we let it sit for 15 minutes, we're going to unwrap it and we're going to start rolling out our strips to cut into.
Make sure your hands are
nice and floured.
covered in flour to really be able to.
Go and scoop that out. All right, the grunt is necessary.
It is very heavy. It's
thick, cheesy.
So it's a lot more than 8 pounds. I mean, we used 8 pounds of ricotta, but the amount of flour that was used.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely more than 8 pounds. But
That's what you have to do. Get more. I need some flour on these hands.
Okay, so we'll make sure that we get this dough
Covered in the flour.
all doughed up. Watch one more flip. All right, and then we'll take it, put the big jar over here, and we'll get pieces that we can roll up into strips.
And how long or thin do we want these strips to be?
How the heck did you manage to do that?
I just like that.
Okay, all right.
I had to help Phil and Bronick with those pretzels. I'm used to
The rolling of
the
the dough.
rolling of the dough.
This does a bit different because it's just cheese.
Yeah, but how thin, how long are we wanting to go with these? Geez, you need some more flour on the hands.
I think so.
I mean, I've got a nice roll here, but
You do. I need to put more flour.
now this roll, are we thinking thinner than this?
Let me see. Yeah.
Have to go thinner for the right size that we're looking for. I'm just going across the counter with my hands here. The counter's all floured up, so it allows the dough to stay less sticky. How is this looking here?
Let me check it out. A little, because it's so thick.
Certain spots even out a bit more. As you can tell, a lot silent than usual. Guys are editing right now upstairs.
They're not
So,
watching, so we don't have laughter in the background.
yeah, but I think that's a good thing. Mics are finally fully working today, really taking care of them. How does this look? Still too thick?
Yeah, it's gotta be more like this all the way around.
Oh, jeez.
You might want to take what you have and take it in half and start rolling it from there. Yeah, they know I got you.
Well, we'll be back once we get at least one of our rolls down to show you what to do.
Okay, so once you get a piece around like this, consistency or thickness,
A little bit.
take your knife and you're just gonna chop them into small pieces and kind of maybe pinch the middle. It's gonna look like a little square kind of sort of looking thing.
Is this one good to cut?
Yeah, let me grab a knife for you. Just take mine. I'll get watch. I'll go. You go yours. There you go. So like that size, perfect. As long as you can do whatever design you want. I know my grandma and my aunt used to take the fork or the spoon and they roll it against the end and it makes it a little design on it.
But yeah,
I like it like this.
do whatever you want as long as
Personally.
they're similar size pieces. I mean, some could be thicker than others, as you could see on our board here, but as long as they are
Around the same
size, they'll all cook evenly, cook at the same time. So,
and cooking is easy. It takes a second. I'll show you that when we get there.
yeah, we will be right back after this. For you guys, it'll be a quick time lapse, but
Easy.
for us, we'll be here for a bit. right, so after that very long process of rolling out all of the gnocchi, we are now finally ready to move on to the second dish and continuing on to cook gnocchi. So, Alec, we have a pretty fancy pot here, strainer, water. Alec's going to fill that up while I'm going to start cutting the bread for the bruschetta. We cut the baguette to these small, like quarter inch, half inch pieces. So now we are going to cover them in olive oil, and we are going to put them into the oven for 5 minutes on each side. Get them crisp for the bruschetta.
All right, so once you have the pot filled with water, I'm going to start putting on the flame. The problem is when you have this in here too, it boils slower, so it's going to take a minute to boil, but once it comes to a rolling boil, we'll throw our gnocchi in. And the easy part about knowing when gnocchi is done cooking is it floats to the top, and it only takes like less than 5 minutes for everything. So we'll catch you later when we get the gnocchi going in.
Sauce back on. Get it back preheated for when the gnocchi's done. Basically now, only 4 ingredients for the bruschetta. We have some tomatoes, some garlic, and some basil that we are just going to chop up, throw in with some olive oil, throw in the fridge, let that cool down while the bread is in the oven toasting. That up and throw it in the refrigerator to let it cool for when these
Bread is ready.
for when the bread is ready.
Yep.
Stamattina mi sono alzato, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Stamattina mi sono alzato e ho trovato l'invaso. Stamattina mi sono alzato, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Stamattina mi sono alzato e ho trovato l'invaso. Oh partigiano, portami via, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire.
So now that our water is boiling, we're going to put our gnocchi in the water. So we have 8 full sheets, so we're going to do 4 at a time. So, our first one, boiling hot water. Just hit me right in the hand. It's alright, we'll live.
We need a spatula.
Doesn't hurt that bad.
That's a good one.
Alright, we'll catch you when these are done, alright? Alright, so once your gnocchi, look over here. Alright, the top floating. They were floating, now I'm straining them.
You're good.
Once we drain that, let the water get out, we'll pour them into our pot here. Let me grab the ladle. Alright, so once you have wonderful things happen. Alright, get your gravy. Put it at the bottom. And I'll stir it around. Ooh. You pour it in here. Good. Okay.
Now, put the strainer right back in and 2 more pans to
Once you mix this around a little bit.
get in there. Start dumping more
That's what they
in.
should look like, kind of like a dumplingy pasta thing. And there you go.
All right, so as you can see, we finished up all of the gnocchi. We missed a tray just because we thought we enough. I mean, we have 2 full, massive bowls, as you can see here. We also have the bruschetta ready to go, and we have the toasts ready. We will be back with once all the boys are in here, plates made and everything set.
We'll get the review going. We'll see what they think about the food.
Yep.
There we go. All right, so now we're gonna try our bruschetta here. See how it tastes.
Cheers.
Good crunch.
Pretty good. If we had more basil, it'd be better.
What do you think?
I'd give it like a 7-1. 7-1.
Yeah, I give it like a 7-6. All right. Show no clam bread.
Sorry, I missed that, boys. But how you doing? Alright, we go. We're in. A piece of bread.
Ready to brought it?
The entire piece of bread is crazy. Bigum's
So what
1
do you
and
think?
Bigum's 2.
I'm up with it.
Of course you
I
do,
would
it's
say-
bread.
I'd say
No
7-4.
No,
7-4.
no shout out to Ryan Moran because that's messed up.
No shout out. This is too good for a shout
I'm
out.
going-
Ryan. Too high up.
I'm going 7-1. Not a huge tomato guy personally, but honestly, still very good. I need it.
Mess with it.
So score?
I said 7-1. 7-4.
7-4.
Alright.
Get
Thank
Phil
you.
and Tanner here. Get Phil and Tanner.
How you doing?
Here we go.
You guys stand right here, checking out the food.
We have a special guest. Thanks for showing up, kid.
I'd do it.
So what do we think?
So personally, I think the bread could have been cooked a little bit shorter. It was a little too crunchy for my liking. It took way too many bites to get through the bruschetta.
Nah.
And maybe that's a problem with the dish, but
It sounds like a you problem, big dog.
for me it's probably like a 6-7, just because the bread could have been better.
I
The
think-
tomato mix. Was
I think the
fine.
bread is perfect. I'm not a huge tomato guy. I would have liked maybe the tomatoes to be cut a little bit smaller, but I'll go like 7-1, 7-2.
All right, now, Filmer, himself.
All right.
Final reviewer of the bruschetta here.
Fat Alex.
Here's Fat Alex for the review. Let him crunch a little bit. Get the flavors in there. All right, what does he think?
I think that's amazing, honestly. The crunch of the bread is awesome. I think it's, Phil said it was a little too crunchy. I think that's what bruschetta is supposed to be like.
He's not cultured.
All right. It's very, the bread is perfect. Tomato, basil, garlic, awesome. A little taste of olive oil. I don't really like balsamic on it. I think just the olive oil is awesome. But, I would give this a solid 8-1. 8-1.
Wow. Now on to the main dish.
All right, we're going in for the gnocchi review.
All right. So for the gnocchi, I think it looks really good. I made it homemade once before, and I think it turned out pretty good. Let's dig in.
Yep.
I think the whole point of the ricotta gnocchi being less like thick and dense than the potato, it shows here. It's not too melty. It doesn't just go right away, but it has some give to it.
It does melt in the mouth. It does. But yeah, I think this is great. I think the sauce complements it well. It's very soft, but it has a good chew at the beginning.
Personally, I'd give it a 9 too.
I'd go 9 flat.
Yeah.
All right,
Moran.
on to Mr. Moran. Here we doing? Generous serving.
Small serve for a small guy.
No, I'm not really big like sauce guy.
Not a big
generally.
guy in general.
Maybe my palate's not the largest.
Not a lot's the largest.
But give a solid 8.5. It's pretty good.
8.5. All right.
All right, go.
There you go.
All right, Clayton and Brodnick.
Let's dig in. Give it a little.
Give it a nibble. Give it a
Sauce is good.
Okay.
Smells great.
That's his third bowl.
It's very chewy.
And this score is on from 9 to 10. It's like you travel for this and go to a restaurant.
To this, if I got this at a restaurant, I would probably be very pleased.
I'd
be
probably
very
order
happy.
second.
I'd probably order it again.
I'd
probably
go
come back and order it again.
8 to 9.
I think an 8.9. It's not 9, but it's 8.9.
8 to 9. If you had it, you'd be very pleased, but you wouldn't go and travel for it. So.
I'm gonna go with an 8.95. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Okay.
Great flavor in the sauce. The pasta is perfect, not too thick. It does kind of melt in the mouth.
Right.
Yeah, just all around, just phenomenal job, fellas.
Wonderful. All right.
Tanner.
Going to Tanner and Phil
right.
here.
Here we go.
Talk about the scale.
Weren't you a little loud?
Let it marinate. Let it marinate in the mouth, please.
Yeah. Gotta play with it.
Much better than I expected. I'm not a big ricotta cheese guy, but you really can't taste it all that much, which is phenomenal. I mean, if I could taste it, this would be a 4-1.
Rod, move your head.
But because you can't. But because you can't taste the ricotta, we're going with Tanner Vogel's height, 5'9".
Okay.
All right. I'm not a bad person like Phil. It melts in the mouth. Great sauce.
Nah, it's 7-1. That's my action.
I'll give it an 8.8. 8.8. It's pretty
All
good.
right. Last up.
Last but not least, here we go.
There we go.
Fat
Fat Alex.
I've been waiting.
Nope, definitely doesn't wait.
Yep, we can tell.
That's awesome. Parmesan cheese on top. Yeah, I do. Parmesan cheese on top. Perfect. The sauce is, in my opinion, unbelievable. The fact that this is a fully homemade dish, sauce, gnocchi, everything, just unbelievable. I'm giving this a solid 9-1 just because this, the pure fact that all of this is made at home. And I mean, in my opinion, I think gnocchi is a little more, impressive than pretzel.
Yes.
But
Not at all. What?
All right. We're gonna start this right now. Anyways, there you have, fellas.
Yeah, we will.
Episode 3
we'll
of the
check.
show.
We will check back in after dinner. Just the two of us give you an outro, but there were your reviews.
Thank you very much.